Halloween! The holiday of decorations, costumes, and weird kids knocking at your door asking you for any possession of candy you have. Everybody loves it, every single person in my area, except for my mother. We're a mostly Christian household, which is how my mother developed her hatred for Halloween. One of the reasons she hates it is because it's not related to the Lord or Jesus Christ in any way, which honestly doesn't really surprise me. Her hatred got really loud when I was 8 or 9 years old one Halloween, and I said, "Oh, jolly gee whippers on a fiddlestick, I can't wait to go trick-or-treating this Halloween." Then my mum barged into the room and suddenly said, "We're not going trick-or-treating ever again, Naren." Just because Halloween is non-religious and uses scary things to promote itself doesn't mean that we're just not allowed to celebrate it because it's against our religion. So before you go out trick-or-treating tonight, I've got some pretty spooky stories to tell from when I used to go trick-or-treating before I was banned by my mother. Yay! This story takes place when I was 5 or 6 years old. My mother, my sister, and I were all walking together to try and find houses to trick-or-treat at. And we suddenly stumbled across this house that was very into the Halloween spirit. And they were selling these little cups of juice with little bones inside. And when it was my turn to get my juice, the lady handing them out gave me a red version of the cup. So I was looking at it and then I just went, "What is this?" And the lady turned around and looked at me and said, "It's blood." Now, any normal kid with a normal human brain would go, "Wow, that was a very unfunny joke, witch lady." But I was actually more like... I stared down at the alleged blood cup for about 5 minutes before placing it back down onto the serving table and leaving to go to the next house by myself. And I probably missed out on some pretty good cranberry juice that day. Or not, maybe she was actually trying to serve me the blood like a complete maniac. You can never be too sure with that stuff. There was another time that day where we were walking to find more houses to trick-or-treat at, and we were walking past this guy who we'll call Overworked Suit Guy. And my mum saw him and went, "Hey, Overworked Suit Guy, you look really overworked. Would a lolly make you feel better?" And then he said, "Oh yes, please, thanks. That'd make me feel a lot better after what happened today." My mum looked back and saw Dia, my sister, and her friend who we'll call Izzy the Roblox user. They were really far behind us and they were yapping away about something. I forgot what the something was, but either way, she had no choice but to take a lolly from my Halloween basket. So she reached her hand out and took a lolly from my Halloween basket, and then... Stop! Okay, first of all, I feel really bad for Overworked Suit Guy, since he probably had a rough day, probably got yelled at by his boss, or frankly, something even worse than being yelled at by his boss, and then he gets offered a treat to make himself feel better just to get yelled at by a child. Apparently, after that interaction, it was so embarrassing for all of us that we just ended up going on our merry way and not looking back. So, to Overworked Suit Guy, if you're watching this video, then I'd like to formally apologize on behalf of myself. Anyways, those are all of my Halloween stories, unless we talk about that one time that I went into that haunted house. Scary. Thank you so much for watching this video, everybody, and I'll see you soon. Have a happy Halloween! Hey there everybody, whoa, it's the first end card. I wasn't expecting it to be on this video, but here we are. Thank you so much for all of the Halloween fan art that you guys submitted. It is so amazing and awesome. And also we have a Discord server that you guys can join in the description. Again, thanks for watching, and yeah, bye, and I'll see you soon.